Vera Mora, KTN.
And that's the latest from the Chan action. Remember, Kenya will be going back to the pitch on Thursday, and trust us to keep you updated on the very latest in terms of that ongoing Chan Championship. Two other stories making headlines. Kenya has seen a string of high-profile murder cases that ignited public outrage but remain unresolved to this day. From elected leaders to university students and even whistleblowers exposing corruption, justice has often been delayed or denied altogether. In this special report, our reporter Chebet Birir revisits some of the most haunting cases, asking why the truth remains elusive and what it will take to break the cycle of silence.
In 2008, Kenyans woke up to shocking news. The then Embakasi MP Mugabe Were had been shot dead outside his home just days after being elected. Suspects were arrested, but 17 years on, the true motive behind his killing remains clouded in mystery. Many still ask, did we ever learn the whole truth? Then there's the disturbing case of Mercy Keino, a university student whose body was found along Waiyaki Way in 2011. CCTV traces her at a party attended by influential people. However, more than a decade later, her family is still waiting for answers and for justice.
After President Kibaki, we started declining. You remember the yellow bodies. They were there, and the CS at that time, Fred Matiang'i, comes and tells us, you know what, on national TV, that there is nothing you can do about bodies found in a river when you are the CS. That is the height of impunity. Then we came into the demonstrations where a lot of people were killed. And again, when you ask, that is 2023, when you ask why, you cannot see why people are being killed. It is simply because dissent is not being tolerated and is not being handled properly. And now here we are. From last year to date, we have so many deaths. We don't even know how many they are because the numbers keep fluctuating. Secondly, we have 29 up to date who are confirmed by the Kenya National Commission for Human Rights who are missing. And the president tells us that he doesn't know who is disappearing these people. And you are the president. It shouldn't be happening.
In 2012, 21-year-old Agnes Wanjiru was murdered in Nanyuki, near a British Army training unit. Her body was later discovered in a septic tank behind a hotel where British soldiers had been staying. Witnesses last saw her leaving the hotel bar with a soldier. Despite multiple witness accounts and internal military reports, the case stalled for years. In 2021, a UK media investigation revealed that several soldiers knew who the killer was, but to this day, no one has been prosecuted. Let's not forget the mysterious death of Senator Mutula Kilonzo in 2013 that sent shockwaves across the country. Found lifeless in his Makueni home, the circumstances surrounding his death were marred by conflicting medical reports and rampant speculation. Years later, questions still linger. What really happened?
Generally, unresolved would mean that no one is to blame for the taking of a life of another. And it might also mean that someone who is blamed, never really, the ends of justice were never met. You might still have someone to blame, but to the extent that that person was never, did not meet the sanctions of the law, that's still unresolved.
In 2014, Meshak Yebei, an ICC witness in the country's post-election violence cases, disappeared, and days later, his body was found dumped in a river. Despite assurances of witness protection, his death exposed the grave risks faced by those who dared to testify.
Why were they silent for all that while? Okay, why did they not come and assist us and come with the same vigor and strength that they are now coming to actually assist us to actually trace him when he was still alive? But they're coming more than 12 days more than 12 days later.
In 2017, Chris Msando, the ICT manager at the IEBC then, was found tortured and murdered just days before the general election. His brutal death shook public confidence in the electoral process, yet no one has been held accountable to date.
Kenyans, let justice be our shield and defender. It is not going to go in vain to Mekata. And the song that the children and I used to sing, it's just a chorus, and I will end with it. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say, I ask.
And these are just a few names in a long, haunting list. Jacob Juma, Kipyegon Kenei, Jeff Mwadhi, and most recently, Kasipul MP Charles Were was gunned down in broad daylight on April 30th, 2025, near the city mortuary roundabout. Just over a month later, on June 7th, 2025, teacher turned blogger Albert Ojwang was arrested at his home in Kakoth for allegedly publishing false information about Deputy Inspector General of Police Eliud Lagat on the social media platform X. He was taken to Nairobi's Central Police Station, and the following day, Ojwang was found dead. Each of these names is a painful reminder of lives cut short and of a justice system that has repeatedly fallen short.
State of government in the nation is, I would use the word pathetic. And I use that word deliberately because we are seeing, we have leaders, we have a constitution, we have government policies, and we have the laws of Kenya. But there is a lot of violation of all these leadership and governance documents, and particularly the Constitution and the laws of Kenya. So we are having a situation where the public is willing to operate within the law, but the leaders and the administrators, that is the elected leaders and the public servants, are not willing to do that.
Many Kenyans have died at the hands of security agencies or under suspicious circumstances. And the big question remains, when will justice be served? In the shadows of these unresolved deaths lies a painful truth that the justice system, for all its reforms and pronouncements, remains broken for too many victims. Despite the government enacting the National Coroner's Service Act in 2017 to ensure independent death inquiries, not a single state coroner has ever been appointed.
Political interference is actually an extrajudicial and an illegal activity. We know that everybody is supposed to be within the law. So political interference is illegal, and those people are supposed to be prosecuted.
I might be the next victim. All my people might be the next victim. So both lawyers, the legal profession, I believe it's imperative that every lawyer should handle at least as one matter, even on a pro bono basis, to either defend or represent the victims of these murder cases. There are so many nowadays, to ensure that we protect this society. Otherwise, when the society is not safe, you are equally not safe.
Chebet Birir, KTN, Nairobi.